This lecture deals with the logic programming. In the last lecture, we have seen the functional programming. Logic programming and functional programming techniques are the categories of the declarative programming languages. Declarative languages will mainly focus on the tasks that to be executed. Basically, logic programming is a method that computer scientists are using to try to allow machines to reason, because it is useful for knowledge representation. That means with the help of this logic programming, we will make the machines to think about the logic or to perform reasoning of a given task. Basically, this kind of ability is required for the artificial intelligence applications. Further, the logic is used to represent knowledge in logic programming, and various statements and kind of relations will be mentioned in the logic programming in order to present the knowledge, or in order to go for knowledge representation. In this lecture, we are going to see a popular logic programming language called Prolog, which is widely used in many of the artificial intelligence applications, is going to be discussed. In logic programming, logic is used to present knowledge, and inference is used to manipulate it. The logic used to represent knowledge in logic programming is causal form, which is a subset of first order predicate logic. It is used because the first order predicate logic is well understood and able to represent all computational problems. Knowledge is manipulated using the resolution inference system, which is required for providing theorem in causal form logic. That means, in order to generate logic, first of all, in general terminology, assume that if you want to generate some knowledge, that means some information must be stored in your mind. Then only, based upon the questions posed to you, you will go inferencing of the information that you have already in your mind, and you will give the answer. The same technique will also be helpful, the same technique will also be useful in the logic programming. In order to have inference, rule sets will be maintained. So rule sets are maintained maybe in the databases, or you may write a list of rules, and from those rules inferences may be obtained. Basically, the first order logic is an extension of propositional logic. That means it considers whether things are true or false in a partial view of the world, which is called domain. Logic programming is used upon an extension of first order logic. The first order logic is well understood and can be mathematically provable. It can be used for representing all computational problems. The first order logic is generally made up of syntax and semantics. The syntax of first order logic is a formal language that is used to express concepts. The semantics of the first order logic tells us how to determine the truth value of any first order logic formula. The first order logic consisting of an alphabet, a first order logic, a set of axioms, and a set of inference rules. Examples of the first order logic will be like this: sun rises in east, Sachin likes cricket. So here these are the logics. We are supposed to make rules like likes of which object. That means likes of Sachin, cricket. It means that Sachin likes cricket So in this way we are supposed to formulate the rules. That means a set of rules need to be formulated and should be loaded into the database. Then we need to fire a query on the set of rules so that we will get a logic of true or false based upon the query that we will fire. After first order logic, another form of logic is casual logic or casual form logic. Basically, casual form logic is a subset of first order logic. It is a normal form in which a sentence is defined by an universal prefix. In this, there will be some conditions and variables. With that, statements will be formed. For example, eat an egg daily to make to keep healthy. That means the statement says that every day you are supposed to eat an egg so that you will become healthy. So here on conditional, this particular variable will be related. That means based upon the condition that if you eat an egg daily, then you will make your you will become healthy. So this is the way this representation is said to be casual form logic, which is a subset of the first order logic. These logics are very important to understand. The reason is, in logic programming languages, these are the foundations on which the programs are going to be built. In case of functional programming, mathematical functions are the foundations on which this functional programming languages will try to imitate the general mathematical functions. In the same way, Prolog is a logical programming language which will also mimic or imitate the general order logics that we use in general. This kind of logic you might have observed in the discrete mathematics. So this kind of logic will be programmed for representing the knowledge, especially in the artificial intelligence applications. So Prolog is a programming language. We use this first order logic and casual form logic kind of statements with which we write the programs in this language. So Prolog is a declarative. Prolog means programming in logic. Is a logic based programming language and also is a declarative programming language. And this particular declarative languages are one that you will specify what problem you want to solve rather than how to solve it. In the case of imperative paradigms, you will represent how to solve the program, but here only what problem that you want to solve. That means the task execution. The declarative languages will mainly focus on the task execution. So once again, remember that the Prolog programming language will be fed with some rules, and we are going to fire queries on the set of rules that we included in the program. So the execution of the Prolog program is equivalent to searching of a tree for possibilities and determining the objects which satisfies the given rule. It is just like a decision tree kind of thing. That means in a decision tree, the objects were arranged in a tree fashion, in which at every parent level there will be rule will be allocated. If this particular thing is matched, then go to the left branch, or if the condition is not satisfied, then go to the right branch. So in this way, how the decision tree was formed. In the same way, the Prolog program is also equivalent to the searching of tree for possibilities. So this is equivalent to proof by proposition. That means Prolog has an excellent backtracking mechanism. So when exploring the tree, it can always return to another branch if the present branch does not contain the answer. This approach is equivalent to depth first search traversal, which is known as an efficient algorithm for traversing trees with a large number of nodes. That means if you might have fed with a large number of rules, and all these rules will be formed in the form of a decision tree, and whatever the query that you are going to write, will be searched with this particular decision tree. And if the solution was not found, it has a powerful backtracking mechanism, so that it will switch from one branch to another branch for searching. Sometimes there can be several answers which are true in a given circumstances. This is because some programs does not terminate as soon as the first answer is found, but keeps going until the entire tree of possibilities can be checked. So that means here Prolog is a conversational language also. That means it is especially used between the user and computer for having the conversation. So that is reason it is mainly used in the artificial intelligence applications, at the same time for programming the robots. That means robot is a computer, it wants to communicate with the human, then these rules will be loaded in the robot, so that the rule will be like this. For example, a human comes and gives the shake hand, then robot has to give the shake hand. That means if human comes and gives the shake hand, then the robot has to give the shake hand. Or if the human comes and wishes namaste, the computer or the robot should reply namaste. So this is the logic, this is the rules were framed and will be loaded into the Prolog database. And on this with this help, this particular computer and human can also perform a conversation. So firstly, the user specifies the objects and relationships that exist between these objects. So here what are the objects here? Computer, human, and what are the relation between this computer and human? If human comes and wishes namaste, then the computer has to wish the namaste. So Prolog can then answer the questions about the set of data. So, and further, Prolog has very compact syntax. From the developer point of view, the difficulty of the programming in Prolog is how humans will think. The difficulty is somewhat vagueness in the human way of thinking. So, but this programming language, Prolog programming language, makes the coding easier, as the syntax is very short and precise. Now we will move on to the Prolog programming, how these particular rules are going to be written and how these rules are going to be decoded, or we can say understand by the computer and as well as by the human. Also note that Prolog programming is not suitable for the graphics related applications and numerical algorithms. It is a good programming language for the artificial intelligence, natural language processing and databases related applications. Basic units of the Prolog programming is fact. Fact is nothing but the rule that you write in the program. So a little Prolog program consisting of 4 facts you can see on the slide, that is bigger of elephant comma horse. That means elephant is bigger than horse. Horse is bigger than donkey. Donkey is bigger than dog. Donkey is bigger than monkey. So this is the way how the rules were written. So here bigger, this is said to be functor, and these are the parameters elephant comma horse. So based upon these rules, the query will be asked will be like this. After compilation, we can query the Prolog system like this: bigger of donkey comma dog. If this is available in the rule set, then it will return true or yes. Otherwise, it will return false. Here we will see a false case: bigger monkey comma elephant. Basically monkey is smaller than elephant, so that is the reason it is returning no. Here a query has been asked, that is bigger of elephant comma monkey. Then the answer what we observed here is no. What is the reason behind this? The reason is the rules that we have written are independent rules. There is no relation between those rules. For example, if you look at bigger elephant horse, this is an independent rule. Bigger of horse donkey is an independent rule, and remaining two rules are the independent rules. But here bigger elephant comma monkey, there is no rule with elephant and monkey, but there is a rule with donkey and monkey, and donkey and horse and elephant is there, but there is no conditioned rules that will check with cross comparison like this: donkey and monkey, next horse and monkey, so then horse and elephant. So donkey is bigger than monkey, but horse is bigger than donkey, and elephant is bigger than horse. In this kind of relation, mentioning is not available in this, because what are the rules what we have written here are the independent rules. This creates a problem, and whenever the question was asked as bigger of elephant comma monkey, then the answer will result into no. So the predicate bigger by 2 apparently is not quite what we want. Here bigger by 2 means here bigger is the predicate and 2 are the parameters. 2 is the count of the number of parameters that you are giving to this particular predicate. We have recently we have really like is the transitive closure of bigger by 2. In other words, a predicate that succeeds whenever it is possible to go from the first animal to the second animal by iterating the previously defined facts. This is what just I told you, that how can we move from the one predicate to other predicate by recursively understanding the rules. So this kind of thing was not mentioned. That is the reason we got the answer as no. That is the reason we will go for combining or putting the linking between the independent rules, so that this kind of questions can be answered. For example, the following two rules define is bigger by 2 as the transitive closure of bigger by 2, which is via recursion. Here colon hyphen represents if and comma represents and. Is bigger of x comma y if bigger of x with some other animal, and is bigger of z comma some other animal comma y. That means you are supposed to check the bigness between two animals, and these animals must have some chain as we have seen previously. For example, donkey monkey, horse donkey. If I have asked bigger of horse comma monkey, then it should be in a position to answer that horse is x and monkey is y and donkey is z. So bigger of x comma z and is bigger of z comma y, then it will give you s. So this is the way how the independent rules are combined into composite rules. So again you observe here, is bigger is a transitive closure of bigger by 2 via recursion. Is bigger of x comma y, bigger of x comma y, that is you are going to write is bigger of x comma y if bigger of x comma y. Is bigger of x comma y is redefined as if bigger of x comma z and is bigger of z comma y. So this rule makes us to execute the previous rule that we have mentioned, that is bigger of elephant comma monkey. Now once these rules were feeded, once the question was asked like this, or query was asked like this, is bigger of elephant comma monkey, then it will give you S. Now I want to keep on changing the different animals, so instead of providing the direct animal name. That means if you want to mention different animals, means you require a variable with which you can change the name of the animal. So it is even better, we can use a variable x here. So the variables are represented with the capital letters, or the variables are will start with the capital letters in Prolog. Now here is bigger of capital X comma donkey. Now you keep on giving some animal name for X. Based upon the rule that we have fed into the Prolog, the Prolog compiler will give you yes or no depending upon the variable value. Here x is equal to horse, next x is equal to elephant. So like that you keep on going by changing the variable values. So depending upon the variable values and the rules it was fed in the Prolog, the corresponding answer that will be projected. The another advantage of forming conditions like that is answering this kind of questions. Are there any animals which are both smaller than a donkey and bigger than a monkey? So is there any other animal exist in the rule set which is smaller than donkey and bigger than monkey? Obviously you can do it like this, or you can frame the rule like this. Is underscore bigger of donkey comma x comma is bigger of x comma monkey. That means we are going to check is there any bigger animal than donkey, and you are going to use another rule called is bigger of x comma monkey. So this x is a variable. It will keep on checking what are the different objects that you can be substituted here. If it don't find any variable to substitute here or any object to be substituted here, then it will return no. That means the answer to the question, are there any animals which are both smaller than a donkey and bigger than a monkey, is no. So here we can also see here simple higher order logic, or so we can say first order logic, and casual form logic in both in one question. So this is the way how the logics are addressed in the Prolog programming. Now we'll see other basic aspects of Prolog programming, such as Prolog terms are either numbers, atoms, variables, or compound terms. Atoms means the basic units. Here the basic units are the variables. Okay, atoms start with lower case letters, are closed in single quotes. So these are the atoms, that means which are the single units. Next, variables. I told you previously atoms are variables, but atoms are not variables. Atoms are they may represent a function name or any other thing. Okay, but variables start with a capital letter or an underscore. Previously capital X we have used for representing variable, and elephant, in this E is capital, so which is a variable. Just by looking at the name where capital letters is observed in the first place, then those are said to be variables. Or if you find an underscore or simple underscore, both are considered as variables. Other sort of terms are compound terms. Compound terms have a functor, an atom, and a functor means which is an atom, and a number of arguments which are said to be terms. Here is bigger horse comma x. f of g of alpha comma underscore, which is a variable, comma 7, my functor within bracket dog. So these are the examples of compound terms. So remember, atoms and numbers are called atomic terms. Atoms and compound terms are called predicates. Terms without variables are called ground terms. So these are the terminology you must remember. Some other terminologies are facts and rules. Facts are predicates followed by a dot. Facts are used to define something as being unconditionally true. For example, bigger of elephant comma horse. At the end of this statement you have found a full stop. This particular full stop or dot is used to mention that particular statement is a fact. Parent of John comma Mary. So this is also represent a fact. So that means any functor that ends with dot is said to be fact. Next is rules. Consists of head and a body separated by a colon and hyphen. The head of the rule is true if all predicates in the body can be proved to be true. For example, I want to know who is the grandfather of I want to know what grandfather of x y. Now to have the to know whether x is grandfather of y or not, first of all we need to compare with or we need to cross check as if the x will become the grandfather of y if x is father of z and z is the parent of y. So in such cases we can say x y is x is the grandfather of y. That means there should be a child who have the parent as the father x, for whom father is for whose father is the grandfather. So here grandfather of x comma y. So in this way the predicate the fact and rules are used, and rule is basically consisting of head and body. This is grandfather of x comma y is said to be head, and body is father of x comma z and parent of z comma y. Then only we will get this as grandfather. Next terminologies are programs and queries. Programs. Facts and rules are called clauses. A Prolog program is a list of clauses. As we have seen previously, there are many clauses mentioned which are independent clauses in the beginning slides. Then we have fired a query. But since the clauses what we have written there are the independent clauses, no relation exists. That is reason, even though we asked a valid question or valid query, we got the answer as no. Then later we have gone for the composite clause with which we are able to answer some queries. The query that is a valid query that we have fired previously on the simple clauses is executed successfully with the composite queries, with the composite clauses. So here queries are predicates followed by a dot. They are typed in at the Prolog prompt and causes the system to reply. For example, is underscore bigger of horse comma x comma means here end, is bigger of x comma dog. Then the Prolog will check for what are the possible objects available in the clauses that was fed to the Prolog program. Then x will give you donkey as the result and will give you s as the output. Like a normal C and C++ program, you can write Prolog programs in a normal file and save with an extension .pl, And if you want to compile a program, then you have to write consult of, within the single quotes you write the file name. Then once the program is compiled, then it will give you S as the result on the console of the compiler. Next, how to write things on the screen. In case of scheme language, how to print the content onto the screen. There is a statement available called display, but in case of Prolog programming, we use write as the function. Write hello world comma NL. NL means new line. Remember, for every statement there should be every statement should be ended with dot here. So here write of hello world comma NL dot. So it is giving you hello world as the output, and because the output has been produced successfully, it will return S. Next is matching. Prolog will give you better matching technique. Two terms match if they are either identical or if they can be made identical by substituting their variable with suitable ground terms. We can explicitly ask Prolog whether two given terms match by using equality predicate or not. For example, Mary born in Yorkshire. So here born of Mary comma Yorkshire is equal to born of Mary comma X. Here capital X is a variable. So whenever you mention this born, so this born and born was matched, Mary was matched, but here this is the variable. That means Prolog compiler will understand that we need to pick the corresponding object at the left hand side and to be presented onto the screen. So that is reason born matched, Mary matched, Yorkshire and X. So that reason X will be assigned as the object Yorkshire. Since X has found some value, it will return S. So the variable instantiations are reported in the Prolog answer. So in this way the matching takes place. Also, we have seen variable can be represented using simple underscore. So this simple underscore representation is also said to be anonymous variable. The variable underscore is called anonymous variable. Every occurrence of underscore represents a different variable, which is why instantiations are not being reported. P of underscore, here this is the fact, P of underscore comma 2 is equal to P of 1 comma Y, capital Y comma underscore. Here this underscore and this underscore are anonymous. So but the fact name or the functor name and functor name at the left hand LHS side, LHS and RHS were matched, and the number of parameters are also matched. But here we have a specific variable name capital Y, and in middle we have a value capital 2. These two are going to be matched, thereby Y is equal to 2 will be printed. That means even though you have anonymous variables, it will consider the matching category. Since Y is equal to 2 was found, it will return S. The ultimate aim of Prolog programming is to answer the facilitates a conversation between the computer and human. So that the reason these facts and rules must be loaded and the queries must be fired. It will give you it will look like answering of the given queries. So here answering a query means providing that a goal represented by that query can be satisfied according to the programs currently in memory. That means the rules that was loaded into the memory. Recall, Programs are lists of facts and rules. A fact declares something as being true. A rule states conditions for a statement being true. So that is the reason we are going to write we are going to represent a query in which we'll go for inserting of some variables, and by mentioning some objects, it will go for checking it in the list of rules that was loaded into the memory. Whenever these rules were listed in the memory, those rules will be listed in the decision tree fashion based upon the condition or based upon the variable type that we ask. It will search for the decision tree it will search in the decision tree, and the answer will be obtained. If the answer was found, the variable will be assigned with that answer, and the success state will be returned as S. Answering the query means if a goal matches with a fact, then the answer is satisfied. That means it is satisfied. If a goal matches the head of a rule, then it is satisfied if the goal represented by rule's body is satisfied. If a goal contains several sub-goals separated by commas, then it is satisfied if all its sub-goals are satisfied. That means comma is an AND operation unless until all sub-goals, that means all sub-goals are executed successfully or returns true, the main goal will not be satisfied, because all the sub-goals are means AND operation. When trying to satisfy goal with built-in predicates like write by 1, that means write operation, Prolog also perform the associated action, example return to the screen. Once it is returned to the screen successfully, it will give you answering to the query as S. Let's consider an example, mortal philosophers. Consider the following argument: all men are mortal, Socrates is a man. So with these two statements, we are going to conclude a logic that hence Socrates is mortal. That means this particular facts having two premises and a conclusion. So how these particular arguments can be written into the rules format? Translating into Prolog, such as the two premises can be expressed as a little Prolog program: mortal of X if man of X. That means all men are mortal. That means anyone will become mortal if he is a man. That means if condition is represented with colon hyphen, mortal of X if man of X, that means colon hyphen. And who is the man? Socrates is the man. Mortal of Socrates, then since man is Socrates, since man is successful here, that is sub logic is success, so that parent logic will also get success. So mortal of Socrates, it will give you S as the answer. So this goal is executed in what way? So this goal execution was done like this. The query mortal of Socrates is made as the initial goal. Prolog looks for the first matching fact or head of the rule and finds mortal of X, and variable instantiation X is equal to Socrates. So this X is equal to Socrates, this variable instantiation is extended to rule's body, that is man of X. Then what it will become? It will become man of Socrates. So man of Socrates is basically will return true or S. So the new goal will become man of Socrates. It will return S because man of Socrates itself is a fact. Therefore, since the sub goal was executed successfully, the main goal, that is initial goal, will also succeed, and initial goal will also give you S as the answer. So this is the way how the backtracking takes place in Prolog programming. We'll see the Prolog programming style. It is extremely important that you write programs that are easily understood by others, such as some guidelines will be written here. We have seen semicolon semicolon represents comment in functional language such as scheme. In case of the Prolog programming, use comments to explain what you are doing. That is, you have to enclose in the slash star. This is multi-line comment, that what we use in C programming and C++ also. So this is a long comment stretching over several lines, which explains in detail. This is multi-line comment. Here the main goal, that is ont of x comma z. X is ont of z. How we can say x is ont of z? There should be a parent and x and y should be sisters. Then only we can mention x is ont of z. So the reason, unless until two sub goals were successful, the main goal cannot be successful, or initial goal cannot be successful. So in order to represent this will be having a head and body. Ont of x comma z if sister of x comma y and parent of y comma z. Now we have seen multi-line comment like this. If you want to mention a single line comment, you have to mention in this way. These are some guidelines that you are supposed to remember before while writing the Prolog programs. Separate clauses by one or more blank lines. So don't write all clauses in single line. Separate the clauses by one or more blank lines. Write only one predicate per line and use indentation. That means this is the main predicate, and these are the sub predicates. So these are the predicates which will come under this main predicate. In order to represent this, it is always recommended to give indentation. Blonde of x, then we have given the indentation like this. Very short cause may also be written in a single line. That means if the cause is very simple to write or very small to write, then you can write in single line. But if it is somewhat lengthy predicate, then you try to write in multiple lines and ended with a dot. That means this particular predicate has been completed. Writing of this predicate is completed. This is what the meaning. Insert a space after every comma inside a compound term. Born of Mary, comma, and give a space like this. Yorkshire, comma, space like this, within single quotes date. So this is the good programming practice or good program writing practice in Prolog programming. Write short clauses with bodies, split it into shorter subclasses. Don't write complex subclasses as the shorter subclasses. Try to split as lower rules as possible. Next is choose meaningful names for your variables and atoms, just like father, okay, mother, which are meaningful names, so that it will be easy for you to analysis, or it is easy for you to analyze if something was gone wrong. So these are the programming practices that you must take care of. Next we will see how to work with the Prolog code or Prolog program. So go to the browser, Google browser, then type the online Prolog compiler. So you will get the first link as Swish. This is SWI Prolog compiler. Go to this SWI Prolog compiler. There you click on create program, and here you can write the facts and rules. So here I have copied the rules, simple rules that we have discussed so far in this program, and now I want to write a simple query. Bigger of horse, comma, donkey. Then click run button here. So it will give you true, because this rule is available in the rule set. So as we have seen previously, you type the command such as bigger of elephant comma monkey. Then we'll see what it will run. So it will turn to false because there is no nested recursive searching of the rule available. That is the reason it is giving you false. So for this, what we are supposed to do? We need to write a different a composite fact which consisting of these simpler facts. So here a new rule was introduced: is bigger of x comma y if bigger of x comma y, and another rule is bigger of x comma y if bigger of x comma z and is bigger of z comma y. So this is the way how we'll feed the rule, composite rule. So our initial goal is to check whether the elephant is bigger than monkey or not. Now we'll check the newly written composite things, and please remember for all the facts that we write it must be ended with dot. So here I have not mentioned with I have not ended with dot. We'll see what is the error we'll get. So we'll write is bigger of ELEPH and elephant comma monkey. So what it is doing? So it is giving you error. The reason is end of file is missing dot and dot. So don't forget to place dot. So now we'll run this. So whenever you run this, so it is returning true. That means because of introduction of this particular predicates, we are able to search the simple rules by forming the decision tree. That means if you want to satisfy this is bigger of elephant comma monkey, then it should be bigger of elephant comma monkey. That is bigger of elephant comma monkey means bigger of elephant comma horse, and is bigger of horse comma the related monkey. So like that it will go through the back it will go to the back of the chain. Here if you are comparing here elephant and monkey, but in the intermediary we have horse and donkey. So these variables are going to be automatically searched because here we have used an intermediate variable called z. So this z will be replaced with horse or donkey, so that this bigger operation will be checked every time. Thereby it will be the value true. So this is the way how the backtracking takes place in Prolog programming. Now we'll see one more question, that is, are there any animal which are both smaller than donkey and bigger than a monkey? Let will write a composite query here. Is bigger of donkey comma x comma is bigger of x comma monkey. Let will run this query. So here there are no animal exist which is smaller than a donkey and bigger than monkey. So thereby it is returning false. So this is the way how the programs will be written. first of all you have to write simple facts, and if composite facts are there, composite facts are to be written. Then you need to fire the queries based upon the questions asked. Now can you solve the question like this? Following question. Here the question asked is, check whether two given persons are siblings or not. So how you can check whether two people are siblings or not? Here the question asked is, check given two persons are siblings or not. The rule set what I have provided here is child of Rama comma Dashrad. That means Rama is child of Dashrad, Lakshmana is child of Dashrad, next is Lava is a child of Rama, Kusha is a child of Rama. Now sibling of x comma y means both child's parent should be same. So the reason child of x comma z and child of y comma z. So this is the rule I have provided. Now we'll check whether given two persons are siblings or not. Siblings of Lava and Kusha. So now we'll go for run. So it is giving you true. So siblings of Lava comma Kusha are true. The reason is Lava and Kusha are having the common parent. So this is the way how you write the programs, and you try to write the program such as check two persons are sisters and siblings to each other. That means if you have supplied two persons, then you have to check whether they are sisters or not, and also siblings or not. That means they should be siblings and also sisters. So siblings means already we have seen. In order to have sisters, they must be of sex female. So you try to include that rule and try to find out whether they are siblings and sisters or not. So tomorrow in the next lecture we will see some more concepts.